Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I'm gonna be making these resin pens. I bought a kit on Amazon that had the little ink and also these silicone vessels that we're gonna use as molds. There were three different shapes that were included in this kit. It was very inexpensive. I think it was like $19.95, and there is this bottle of resin. This is the clear resin that we're going to use. It is a UV resin, so you can use one of those UV lights for the same kind that you use for your nails for this. My daughter Isabella is gonna help me do this. Oh, there are some letters that we're gonna put in there. We also use some little fun trinkets to put inside. So the first thing that she told me to do was to find the letters that I needed and come up with a design. My designs are going to be people's names, and I put them inside. That's her beautiful hand right there, and she's telling me how to put them inside the vessel. And then once that's done, you can use a toothpick to fix exactly in the spacing that you want and what have you. And I'm gonna give you a few more tips at the end or later on in the video because I made a lot of mistakes. Now she's telling me how to put the ink inside, and then there's some glitter and some fun little specks that she has collected over the years because she does these all the time. So we're putting them inside and fixing them with trying to figure out what else I'm gonna put in there. Like I said, these toothpicks are very helpful because these are very tiny things, and there I dropped it. And she was very patient. She said, don't worry, I can put him back inside. And she did. So, and then we put the resin inside. She gave me a really good advice to put a little bit of resin and then put more of the little speckles. Either if you're gonna use glitter or these translucent things, look at these little hearts. They sell all these little things at places where hobby enthusiasts buy things like Walmart or Target, Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and also you can find these on the internet. They're very inexpensive, and she has collected quite a few throughout the years, and she let me use some of her supplies. So I'm putting more. This is the one that she's doing for me and helping me do. This is gonna be my pen. Now she cured it, and now she's telling me how to get him out. And I just thought this was the most beautiful thing ever. Honestly, I did very little on this one, and that's why it looks so good because mostly she did it. But I'm gonna give it a try. This one is not gonna have any glitter. Is for one of my coworkers. His name obviously is Peter. So she has this oil-based paints or inks. I'm sorry, I think it's oil-based ink that are compatible with the resin. And so she said you can put a couple of drops here and there, and then you can either wave it around like this because I wanted it to look like it was water, and or sometimes she puts it in a different place and she mixes it so that she can get an even translucent color. And this is just a thing that we did over and over again. I put the letters down, and then I would put the ink vessel and then fill it with the resin and go and cure it. This particular kit was very easy to assemble every time, and the silicone vessels can be used over and over again. Now, this was my favorite part, playing with the little letters. These are letters that also you can get in any kind of store. This is one of them. Look at the bubbles. I love this one. This was just clear, and now she didn't like the bubbles. Bella didn't, and she has a little torch that she uses for getting rid of the bubbles. So you can either tap it up or use the torch, and that gets rid of the bubbles. In that particular pen, I thought they look really cute. And here I am again, just adding things, adding resin, and doing this over and over again. And I'll show you guys how this turned out at the end. There I am still trying to figure out if I should put more or not. And I did. I think I went overboard a couple times. Now I had some challenges with this. She is really good at placement. I was not. I think this takes a lot of practice. Oh, and here is the curing machine. It's just a UV light. This particular pen didn't turn out well. It was just too fat, and I had not put the letters. I think when I was mixing the glitter, I moved the letters so you couldn't even read the name on them. So I went ahead and redid that one. And the way, oh look, so here's the blue one that looks a little bit like water. There are rough edges on the sides, so you need to polish them. And the way you polish them, you can either do it with anything that's abrasive and you will use for making something smoother. You can use this is the one that she made for me. I think it's so cute. You can use a nail file, and because she does these things all the time, she has a special tool for it, like a tool that she plugs into the wall. To prevent the letters from being too hard to read, as you can see, some of them were, I think, the ones that I kept, this one, for example, I redid that one because it was just, you couldn't even read the name. Some of them were a little moved. This is the one that I redid as well because, and I want to show you something. I was not patient enough and I took it out earlier. So as you can see, it's still really sticky in the bottom. She told me to put it backwards. Now that the top was cured, put it backwards and then just leave it in there for another 5 minutes. And once you take it out, it's better because they were so thick. Now, this one was still a little sticky when I touched it, and I wanted it for it to be very smooth. So all you have to do is put it back until you're happy with the shine. And I'm redoing Jackie's in here. What I did was put the letters, put a very low, thin layer of resin, cure it, and then I started adding the fun stuff. That way I was sure that the letters were not going to be swimming around and flipping on me, and then I would just add more and more layers of resin, cure it, and then do it again. This took a lot longer. And like I said, Bella is so good at this that she's able to do it without having to do it in layers. But for me, because I guess I'm a little impatient, this worked out a lot better. Just doing different layers, mixing it, and then curing it in between. So I think this one I did 3 different layers, one that made the letters stay put, and then I did a second layer with this glitter. This turned out so cute. And then cured it, and then did the 3rd layer, which was the smooth top. Again, with this, then I had a much smoother underbelly side. I didn't have to use the tool to file the rough edges. And there's the torch, just getting all the bubbles out. And I think with practice, you can get as proficient as this as Bella has gotten, and maybe you don't have to do things in layers. But for me, for just to be done on the same day and just to feel like I could do something that looked good, I think it was better to do the last 3 or 4 of them in layers. This particular hobby is a little expensive. It's not the cheapest thing to get into. Like I said before, the kits can be pricey. I've seen anything anywhere between $7 and $55. She's never asked for the more expensive ones, but definitely the little silicone molds can get very expensive. The resin is the most expensive of all. That particular bottle is like $40, I think, and obviously it's a consumable, so if you are working on it a lot, then you have to replace it. The little light for the nails, I don't remember how much we paid for it. Now we have had a few years out of use of that, so that's not too bad, but definitely is not very affordable. at the beginning. Now, once you get set up and you have your file and you have your light and you have some of the vessels or the molds, I'm sorry, I keep saying vessels and she's gonna be mad at me. Hello and welcome back. I am so happy that you stayed this long. This video was more about the mistakes that I made rather than the good things that I did. This video was very special to me because I often feel that as a parent, I am consumed with the idea of what am I teaching my children? What am I teaching today? And have I told them this? And have I told them that? I am also so worried with the idea of running out of time. Perhaps because I have been really sick a couple times in my life. I always think, oh my gosh, if I were not here tomorrow, I didn't tell them this, or I didn't tell them that, or I didn't remind them about the importance of X, Y, or Z enough times. And that is a strange thing to have in your head. And I guess most parents do have that in their heads. I also work very hard on giving my children the chance to teach me things. I adore them, and they are beautiful, intelligent young women that have so much to teach. And in terms of social norms, in terms of new ideas, progressive ideas, they help me keep my heart young, and I am very thankful for that. In a lighter sense, they also teach me a lot of things that are new to me. For example, this whole thing with resin. I have been watching Bella make art and jewelry out of resin for many years now, and she does some beautiful pieces. She sells them too, and Bella's my little one. And so when I saw that kit online, I told her, hey kiddo, we had an agreement and I was gonna buy her that kit anyway. So I said, when I buy it, would you donate a few of them to me so that I can gift them to my new co-workers? And she said, yeah. And once we sat down, I was gonna watch her do it. She said, Mommy, why don't I teach you to do it? I think you'll be good at this. And whether or not I was good at it, it's debatable. but I did have a really, really good time. She's a great teacher. She's very patient. She's very hands-on. And I think we had a really lovely time. And I encourage you to, if you're a parent or if you have a meaningful relationship where things get too transactional all the time, go out there and try something new with that person that you love. How many times the only interactions we have with people we love are transactional things that have to be done, like paying bills or reminding people to do homework, reminding people to do their laundry, going to the grocery store, things that may not be very joyful. That why not take an online dance class, or learn how to make jewelry or pottery, or things that may not be very expensive and definitely will leave you with a few laughs while you make mistakes, but also a sense of learning a new skill with someone you love, or maybe from someone you love. That's my 2 cents for this week. Please give your heart and your schedule the time to learn something new, to try something new, and to try something with someone you love. At last, as always, please remember that you are beautiful, you are worthy, and you are deserving of love and happiness. And I love you guys all. I wanted to say one more thing. Someone asked me the other day, how can you tell people that you love them if some of these people that watch you, you don't know them? But there's plenty of people out there that walk around hating people that they don't know. And so just like they do that, I can walk around loving you all and sending you my best wishes and sending you my light as much as I can. So you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week.